gather around the table once again for another session of Dungeons and Drakfus, and today we continue on in Auchindoun, and wow, well, this is gonna be cryptic. This is gonna be grim. This is gonna be just gross, isn't it? Yes, today we're gonna be taking on the Auchenai Crypts, which I will admit I actually never saw when I played Burning Crusade. I saw it after. I actually got into this instance probably, like, as soon as I capped in Wrath of the Lich King, I was playing on an alt, and I finally got into the Auchenai Crypts. This is, like, the last one that I ever experienced, but technically, this is the second one that you experience in Auchindoun. Now, we dealt with the Mana Tombs, and we dealt with the Ethereals trying to get excess power from Auchindoun. This is kind of the same thing, except it's the Burning Legion who seeks the power of Auchindoun, and in turn, they are resurrecting the dead in order to achieve their goals. So let's go ahead and first of all, grab the quest that we can get in here. One is from Great Father Aldrimus. Everything will be alright. You have had quite the adventure, Drakfu, and before you've even set foot inside of the Auchenai Crypts, I am one of the fortunate spirits. I was neither bound to Lavixis nor a part of Exarch Maladar's vile experiments in necromancy. While you have destroyed Lavixis, Maladar lives on, continuing to torment the spirits inside the crypts. What I ask is simple. Enter the Auchenai Crypts and speak with the Draenei spirit there. You must destroy Exarch Maladar. So, we're going to go ahead and get things started. Now, this is actually one of the shortest instances of Burning Crusade because it only has 2 bosses. There's no optional boss or anything like that. This place has 2 bosses. So we'll probably get through it fairly quick. And here's the Draenei Spirit. So everything will be alright. So the spirits have been tormented for a long time. We only want to rest. So people might remember, this is a mausoleum. This place was a holy city of rest for the Draenei. And this is where you're going to see a lot of the spirits of the Draenei here, but also the Auchenai, who are the specific guardians to Auchindoun. Except now that, because of the Burning Crusade, or the Burning Legion, they are horribly corrupted, and now are studying necromancy instead. So this is not good for them. Welcome to the Auchenai Crypts, Drakfu, where our 2 worlds meet. Yes. So, we have the Dead Watcher. A terrifying otherworldly being haunts both the spirit and physical worlds. We call it Shirak. It can only be harmed in your realm. Please help us rid us of this nightmare. Okay, so then the other one is the End of the Exarch. Exarch Maladar performs his unholy work in the deepest parts of the crypt. He poses a threat to both of our worlds if he is not stopped. You must slay him for the benefit of us all, dead and alive. Now, people might recognize the name Maladar. He actually is also in Warlords of Draenor, where you encounter him as a holier version of himself. Somewhere down the line, and I think I might actually link a novel video on this one as well. I know I keep on saying that, but I will. Where he actually explains Maladar. Maladar, at some point in our timeline, turned dark and went into necromancy. But in Draenor, he is still very much the holy paladin priest, whatever you want to call him. He's very much attuned to the light. And so you probably know the holier version of him, but he actually started off as an enemy in the Burning Crusade. That's when we first encountered him. And so here are all of the Auchenai Death Speakers that we need to start taking out. I'm not going to worry too much about all of the trash in here. And before people already ask, like, is there anything specific you can get from the dungeon journal? No, not really. We'll do that for the boss overlays, but unfortunately, it's the same thing for each of the dungeon hubs. So I'll try and interlace as much lore that is like from Wowpedia as I can, but there really isn't much here. It's the Burning Legion trying to take control of Auchindoun's power by using the Auchenai and teaching them necromancy in order to do it. So here we go. So yet another internal Draenei problem that was thankfully dealt with outside of this. But yeah, it's still not a good thing. They're trying to use the spirits of the dead Draenei to further the cause of either, you know, with the Ethereals to further their own cause, to reclaim their world of Koresh, and also here with the Burning Legion just trying to fuel their war effort. Especially if you have seen in Legion, a lot of their specific engines, weapons, things like that run on the power of souls. And so this is actually a really great fueling hub for them. Whee! We're just going to take care of that really quick. Oh, and we actually have an additional quest here. We don't want the adamantite. If that was Corium, I'd probably stop. So we have a tormented soul priest. The dead do not belong in this realm. Why then do we continually seek them out after putting them to rest? So, oh, dang it, she keeps moving. Talk to me. Okay. Raging spirits. The Auchenai have turned their backs on everything we used to stand for. They've taken to raising the... Ah! Stop moving! Okay, I'm trying to read your quest. They've taken to raising the dead as unholy minions. These cannot stand. Put the spirit... Ah! Okay, now you're stopped. Shut up. Okay, there we go. These cannot stand. Put the spirits back to rest and massacre those responsible for raising them into one death. So she wants us to kill 5 angered skeletons, 5 raging skeletons, and 3 Auchenai necromancers. So here we go. This is actually where the first boss is, at the Bridge of Souls. I remember going through this the first time I did, and this was actually, like, downright kind of horrifying. This is like the Bridge to Hell, Warcraft style kind of thing. Especially when you consider, like, all of these spirits all around. And so that's actually Shirak the Dead Watcher, so this is the one that we needed to take out. So let's go ahead and go into the lore of Shirak the Dead Watcher. So I unfortunately did not prep this in time, so here we go. Auchenai Crypts. There we are. Shirak. Shirak was constructed by Exarch Maladar to guard over the fallen Draenei spirits who wander the Auchenai Crypts. A necrotic mass of eyes, teeth, and tentacles. This undead construct absorbs arcane energy with hungry abandon and will not suffer the living to pass. Okay, so he is not to be trifled with at all. And he's a giant Metroid. I always call them Metroids. He's a beholder, but I call him a frickin' Metroid. Oh, cool. And we get a Ravenheart headdress, which probably won't matter. All right, deeper into the Auchenai Crypts we go. So like I said, that's one of 2. This instance is more long because of its trash than anything else. But thankfully, we don't need to worry about that too much because we're actually near the end. Because here's all the raging and the angered skeletons that we need to grab. So we'll just grab them all in bulk. Grab their money, and yay! Raging skeletons! Okay, do we still need angered skeletons? Yes, we do. And actually, we will get them in this room too, I think. So, whee! And this is actually the final room. Now, people might remember early on in the Tale of Drakfu, you guys actually saw this room, and I tried to cover it up as much as I could. Because we actually did have a quest in order to move forward that was mandated, that we had to complete this area. So that, at the very end, you can actually see Exarch Maladar, but we're not worried about him just yet. Instead, we're going to take care of all of his little necromancers. Oh, and maybe there isn't an angry skeleton in here. That's okay. We'll still kill these guys off, because it's helpful. Yeah. Where's your necromancer? Well, screw you. I'm gonna go kill the other necromancer now. And now I have all the necromancers. I'm still missing the 2 anger skeletons, but I'm not too worried about it. So here is Exarch Maladar. Let's go ahead and read into his lore. The soul-living remnant of the glory that was once strode the halls of the Auchenai. Maladar has been driven mad by the loss of everyone and everything he ever loved. His lunatic dedication to the preservation of their memory has driven him to a mastery of the dark arts. And so, let's go ahead and take him out. And by taking him out, you actually free... So if I'd looked up before, you actually would have seen more of a dark version of a Naru. This actually frees Dore, who was originally in their darkened state. And Dore is now freed. because she was being abused by Maladar, or it was being abused by Maladar, because I don't really know if Naru have genders. So then you can actually take a quest from Dore, and you guys actually see it in the Tale of Drakfu where I do it. But we actually do need to turn in all these other quests, so really quick, we're going to speed things up until we get back to the beginning of the instance. Go! Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this quest in first, and then we will head back to the beginning. So the Tormented Soul Priest. The dead belong in the spirit realm, just as you belong in this one. And there you go, you turn that in, and now we're going to speed things up again while we get back to the beginning. And by speeding up, I meant actually magic cut, because that just makes things a little bit easier. Unfortunately, there isn't a shortcut in this one, but let's turn this in with the Draenei Spirit, the Dead Watcher. Perhaps now we can finally be at peace. Yes, perhaps. You have done our realm a great service. You will not be forgotten. And we get an Auchenai Monk's Tunic. I'm just curious, what does it look like? It's not really all that different. Okay. So that actually does it for the Auchenai Crypts. I wish there was more to give to you guys, but this is actually one of the shorter instances, minus the trash and all that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. When we get back next week, we will be taking on the third Auchindoun instance, where we're going to be dealing with a few more problems as we take on the Arakoa in the Sethik Halls. We'll see you guys next time.